Three's Company was a television phenomenon that kept audiences laughing for years with its light-hearted humor and quirky characters. But behind the laughter, the real lives of the show's cast were often far from the comedy they portrayed on screen. In this emotional journey, we dive into the tragic and often unexpected fates of 28 beloved cast members, from sudden accidents to heartbreaking illnesses. Their untimely deaths reveal a hidden side of Hollywood's golden era, where fame and fortune could not shield these stars from life's cruelest twists. Discover the heart-wrenching stories of how these actors' lives were cut short, leaving a lasting legacy on screen and in our hearts. Audra Lindley as Helen Roper. Audra Lindley portrayed Helen Roper, the wisecracking and sexually frustrated wife of Stanley Roper, on Three's Company and its spin-off, The Ropers. Helen was a social climber who often found herself at odds with her boorish husband. Lindley's performance brought depth and humor to the character, making Helen a memorable part of the show. Lindley's personal life was marked by both triumphs and tragedies. She was married twice and had 5 children. Her first husband, Hardy Ulm, passed away in 1970, and her second marriage to actor James Whitmore ended in divorce. Lindley faced significant health challenges in her later years. She was diagnosed with leukemia, a type of cancer that affects the blood and bone marrow. Despite her illness, Lindley continued to work, appearing in various television shows and films. However, her health gradually declined. In 1997, while preparing for an episode of Sybil, Lindley checked herself into Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. Her condition worsened, and she passed away on October 16, 1997, at the age of 79. Her death was a significant loss to the entertainment industry, but her legacy as Helen Roper continues to be celebrated by fans. Norman Fell as Stanley Roper. Norman Fell played Stanley Roper, the grumpy and often clueless landlord on Three's Company and The Ropers. Stanley was known for his deadpan expressions, sarcastic remarks, and his constant attempts to avoid his wife's advances. Fell's portrayal of Stanley earned him a Golden Globe Award and made him a beloved character on the show. Fell's personal life included 3 marriages and 2 daughters. He faced significant health issues in his later years. On Thanksgiving Day in 1998, Fell was rushed to the hospital after becoming too weak to get out of bed. He was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, a type of bone marrow cancer. Despite his illness, Fell remained positive and continued to engage with his fans. His condition, however, rapidly deteriorated. Fell spent his final days at the Motion Picture and Television Fund's retirement home in Woodland Hills, California. On December 14, 1998, Norman Fell passed away at the age of 74. His death marked the end of a prolific career in film and television, but his role as Stanley Roper remains iconic. John Ritter as Jack Tripper. John Ritter, known for his role as Jack Tripper in Three's Company, was a beloved figure in television comedy. Jack Tripper was a charming and clumsy culinary student who often found himself in hilarious misunderstandings. Ritter's portrayal of Jack was marked by his physical comedy and endearing personality. In his personal life, John Ritter faced several challenges. He was married twice, first to actress Nancy Morgan, with whom he had 3 children, and later to actress Amy Yasbeck, with whom he had 1 daughter. Despite his successful career, Ritter's life was not without its struggles. He was born with a birth defect known as a coloboma in his right eye, which affected his vision. In the later years of his life, John Ritter faced a series of health challenges. On September 11, 2003, while rehearsing lines on the set of 8 Simple Rules, he suddenly experienced severe chest pain and nausea. Initially, doctors believed he was having a heart attack and treated him accordingly. However, his condition rapidly deteriorated. It was later discovered that he was suffering from an aortic dissection, a tear in the inner layer of the aorta. Despite the medical team's efforts, John Ritter passed away that night, just 6 days before his 55th birthday. His sudden and unexpected death left a void in the hearts of his fans and colleagues. Don Knotts as Ralph Furley. Don Knotts, who played the eccentric landlord Ralph Furley on Three's Company, was a comedic genius known for his nervous energy and impeccable timing. Ralph Furley was a flamboyant character with a penchant for outlandish fashion and a misguided belief in his romantic prowess. In his personal life, Don Knotts faced significant challenges. He was married 3 times and had 2 children. His first marriage to Catherine Metz ended in divorce, as did his second marriage to Lauralee Chuckna. Knotts struggled with depression and anxiety throughout his life, which affected his relationships and personal well-being. In his later years, Don Knotts faced significant health issues. He was diagnosed with lung cancer, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his illness, Knotts continued to work and bring joy to his fans. However, his condition took a turn for the worse, leading to pulmonary and respiratory complications. On February 24, 2006, Don Knotts passed away at the age of 81. His death marked the end of an era for many who grew up watching his unforgettable performances. Suzanne Summers as Chrissy Snow. Suzanne Summers played the bubbly and naive Chrissy Snow on Three's Company. Chrissy was known for her ditzy yet lovable personality, often providing comic relief with her innocent misunderstandings and quirky logic. Summers' portrayal of Chrissy made her a household name and a beloved character on the show. Summers' health struggles began early in her life. In her 20s, she was diagnosed with hyperplasia in her uterus, a condition that can lead to cancer. She also battled melanoma in her 30s. However, her most significant health challenge came in 2000 when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Summers chose to treat her cancer with a combination of conventional and alternative therapies, becoming an advocate for holistic health approaches. Despite her initial success in overcoming cancer, Summers faced a recurrence in 2023. She announced the return of her breast cancer on social media, sharing her determination to fight the disease once again. Unfortunately, her health began to decline rapidly. In the weeks leading up to her death, Summers experienced severe complications and was seeing specialists in Chicago. She returned home to Palm Springs, where her condition worsened. Surrounded by her family, Suzanne Summers passed away peacefully on October 15, 2023, just one day before her 77th birthday. Her long battle with cancer and her advocacy for health and wellness left a lasting impact on many. And Wedgeworth as Lana Shields. And Wedgeworth played Lana Shields, a character introduced in the 4th season of Three's Company. Lana was a buxom, amorous, and thrice-divorced older woman who had an unrequited crush on Jack Tripper. She was known for her flirtatious and persistent attempts to seduce Jack, which often led to humorous situations. Despite her brief stint on the show, Wedgeworth's portrayal of Lana left a lasting impression in her personal life, and Wedgeworth faced significant health challenges. She was diagnosed with a long-term illness that gradually worsened over time. Despite her declining health, she remained active in the entertainment industry until her condition forced her to retire. Wedgeworth spent her final years in a nursing home near New York City, where she was surrounded by her family. She passed away peacefully on November 16, 2017, at the age of 83. Brad Blazedale as Mike, the bartender. Brad Blazedale portrayed Mike, the friendly and reliable bartender at the Regal Beagle, the local pub frequented by the main characters. Mike was known for his easygoing nature and his ability to listen to the characters' problems, often providing a sympathetic ear and occasional advice. Blaisdell's health began to decline in his later years. He was diagnosed with cancer, which he battled for a long time. Despite his illness, Blaisdell continued to work and remained active in the acting community. His condition eventually worsened, leading to severe complications. Brad Blaisdell passed away on December 26, 2018, at the age of 69. His death was a significant loss to his fans and colleagues, but his legacy as Mike the bartender lives on. William Pearson as Dean Travers. William Pearson played Dean Travers, the strict and often exasperated dean of Jack's cooking school. Dean Travers was known for his raspy voice and his no-nonsense attitude, often clashing with Jack's laid-back and sometimes mischievous behavior. Pearson's portrayal of Dean Travers added a layer of authority and humor to the show and his personal life. Pearson faced numerous health challenges. He suffered from respiratory issues, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his declining health, Pearson continued to act and remained dedicated to his craft. He spent his final years at the Valley View Care Center in Newton, New Jersey, where he received care for his condition. William Pearson passed away on August 27, 2004, at the age of 78 due to respiratory failure. His contributions to television and film are fondly remembered by his fans and peers. Peter Mark Richmond as Reverend Snow. Peter Mark Richmond played Reverend Luther Snow, Chrissy's father, in Three's Company. Reverend Snow was a stern yet caring minister who often found himself bewildered by the antics of his daughter and her roommates. Richmond's portrayal brought a sense of gravitas and warmth to the character, making him a memorable part of the show. Richmond's personal life was marked by both professional success and personal challenges. He was married to Helen Richmond from 1953 until his death, and they had 5 children together. Richmond had a long and prolific career, appearing in over 130 television shows and numerous films. Despite his success, he faced health issues in his later years. Richmond suffered from heart problems and other age-related ailments. On January 14, 2021, he passed away at the age of 93 due to natural causes. His death marked the end of an era for many fans who admired his extensive body of work. Macon McCalman as Roland Wood. Macon McCalman portrayed Roland Wood, Janet's father, in Three's Company. Roland was a loving and supportive father who often found himself caught up in the humorous situations involving his daughter and her friends. McCalman's performance added a touch of familial warmth to the show. McCalman's personal life was filled with both triumphs and struggles. He was a veteran of the Korean War and had a successful career in both stage and screen acting. However, his health began to decline in the 1990s. After suffering a heart attack in 1997, McCalman retired from acting and returned to his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Unfortunately, his health continued to deteriorate, and he suffered a series of debilitating strokes. On November 29, 2005, Macon McCalman passed away at the age of 72. His death was a significant loss to the acting community, but his legacy lives on through his memorable performances. Robert Manden as James Bradford. Robert Manden played James Bradford, the wealthy and sophisticated father of Vicky Bradford, in the Three's Company spin-off, Three's a Crowd. James Bradford was a character who often clashed with Jack Tripper, adding a layer of tension and humor to the show. Manden's portrayal of James was marked by his suave demeanor and sharp wit. In his personal life, Robert Manden faced significant health challenges in his later years. He was diagnosed with cancer, a battle that he fought with courage and determination. Despite his illness, Manden continued to work in theater and television, maintaining his passion for acting. His condition, however, gradually worsened. Manden experienced periods of remission, but the cancer eventually spread, leading to severe complications. He spent his final days in Los Angeles, surrounded by loved ones. Robert Manden passed away on April 29, 2018, at the age of 86. His long and distinguished career left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry. Emiline Henry as J.C. Braddock. Emiline Henry portrayed J.C. Braddock, Chrissy Snow's boss, in Three's Company. J.C. Braddock was a no-nonsense character with a strong presence, often providing a counterbalance to Chrissy's ditzy personality. Henry's performance brought depth and humor to the role, making J.C. Braddock a memorable part of the series. Henry's personal life was marked by both professional success and personal struggles. She was married to actor Mark Roberts, but the marriage ended in divorce in 1974. In 1979, Henry was diagnosed with a brain tumor. Despite undergoing surgery to remove the tumor, her condition continued to deteriorate. She experienced severe headaches, dizziness, and other debilitating symptoms. Henry's health rapidly declined, and she was hospitalized multiple times. On October 8, 1979, Emiline Henry passed away at the age of 50. Her battle with brain cancer was a tragic end to a vibrant career, but her legacy in television continues to be celebrated. William Court as Dr. Porter. William Court played Dr. Porter in Three's Company, a character who added a touch of professionalism and authority to the show. Dr. Porter was known for his calm demeanor and his interactions with the main characters, often providing medical advice and support. Court's personal life was filled with both achievements and challenges. He had a successful career in television and film, appearing in numerous shows and movies. However, in the early 1990s, Court was diagnosed with cancer. He underwent various treatments, including chemotherapy and radiation, but the disease continued to progress. Despite his illness, Court remained active in the acting community, working on projects whenever his health allowed. His condition eventually worsened, leading to significant physical and emotional strain. William Court passed away on September 23, 1993, at the age of 57. His contributions to the entertainment industry are remembered by fans and colleagues alike. Barbara Stewart as Martha. Barbara Stewart played Martha in Three's Company, a character who appeared in the episode Jack's Double Date. Martha was a lively and engaging character, adding a touch of humor and warmth to the show. Stewart's portrayal of Martha was marked by her vibrant personality and comedic timing. In her personal life, Barbara Stewart faced significant health challenges. She was married to actor Dick Gautier, but their honeymoon was abruptly cancelled due to her hospitalization for a blood clot in her leg. The clot moved to her lung, causing severe complications and leading to an 8-month hospital stay. Despite overcoming this ordeal, Stewart's health continued to be fragile. In her later years, she developed pneumonia and other health issues. On May 15, 2011, Barbara Stewart passed away at the age of 81 in a nursing home in St. George, Utah. Her death marked the end of a long and varied career in television and film. J.J. Barrie as Compton. J.J. Barrie portrayed Mr. Compton, Janet's boss at the flower shop, in Three's Company. Mr. Compton was a hard-nosed, somewhat chauvinistic character who often clashed with Janet. Barrie's performance brought a mix of humor and tension to the show, making Mr. Compton a memorable character. Barrie's personal life was marked by his dedication to his craft and his struggles with health issues. He was diagnosed with bronchial complications, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his illness, Barrie continued to work, appearing in various television shows and films. His condition eventually led to severe respiratory problems. On August 15, 1990, J.J. Barrie passed away at the age of 58 in Huntington Station, Long Island, New York. Keene Curtis as Andrew Gaynor. Keene Curtis played Andrew Gaynor, the father of Jack's girlfriend Cheryl Gaynor, in Three's Company. Andrew Gaynor was a wealthy and somewhat snobbish character who often found himself at odds with Jack. Curtis's portrayal of Andrew added a layer of sophistication and humor to the show. Curtis's personal life was marked by his extensive career in theater and television. He was a Tony Award-winning actor known for his versatility and talent. However, in his later years, Curtis faced significant health challenges. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his illness, Curtis continued to work as long as his health allowed. His condition eventually led to severe cognitive decline and other complications. On October 13, 2002, Keene Curtis passed away at the age of 79 in Bountiful, Utah. His death marked the end of a distinguished career, but his contributions to the entertainment industry are fondly remembered. Alan Manson as Mike the Cop. Alan Manson played Mike the Cop in Three's Company, a character who appeared in the episode Handcuffed. Mike the Cop was a no-nonsense police officer who found himself in a comical situation with Jack and Janet. Manson's portrayal added a touch of authority and humor to the episode. In his personal life, Alan Manson faced significant health challenges. He was diagnosed with heart disease, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his illness, Manson continued to work in television and theater, maintaining his passion for acting. His condition, however, deteriorated, leading to severe complications. On March 5, 2002, Alan Manson passed away at the age of 83. His death marked the end of a long and varied career, but his contributions to the entertainment industry are fondly remembered. Fran Ryan as Grace. Fran Ryan portrayed Grace in Three's Company, a character who appeared in the episode Janet's Secret. Grace was a no-nonsense, straightforward character who added a touch of realism to the show. Ryan's performance was marked by her strong presence and comedic timing. Ryan's personal life was filled with both triumphs and tragedies. She was married twice, with both marriages ending in the deaths of her husbands. Her first husband, Walter Kenneth Wayne, died in a plane crash in 1951, and her second husband, Howard Schaefer, died the same year they were married. Ryan faced significant health challenges in her later years. She was diagnosed with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which gradually worsened over time. Despite her illness, Ryan continued to work in television and film. On January 15, 2000, Fran Ryan passed away at the age of 83 due to natural causes. Her death marked the end of a long and distinguished career, but her legacy lives on through her memorable performances. Irene Tedrow as Martha. Irene Tedrow played Martha in Three's Company, a character who appeared in the episode The Older Woman. Martha was a dignified and somewhat stern character, adding a touch of seriousness to the show. Tedrow's portrayal brought depth and nuance to the role. Tedrow's personal life was marked by her dedication to her craft and her struggles with health issues. She was married to William Kent, with whom she had 2 children. In 1989, Tedrow suffered a severe stroke, which significantly impacted her health. Despite her condition, she continued to work as long as her health allowed. Her condition gradually worsened, leading to further complications. On March 10, 1995, Irene Tedrow passed away at the age of 87 due to complications from the stroke. Her death was a significant loss to the acting community, but her contributions to stage, film, and television are fondly remembered. Glenn Ash as Hearty Man. Glenn Ash played Hearty Man in Three's Company, a character who appeared in the episode Now You See It, Now You Don't. Hearty Man was a lively and engaging character, adding a touch of humor and warmth to the show. Ash's portrayal was marked by his vibrant personality and comedic timing. In his personal life, Glenn Ash faced significant health challenges. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his illness, Ash continued to work in television and film, maintaining his passion for acting. His condition, however, deteriorated, leading to severe complications. In his final years, Ash experienced increasing difficulty with mobility and speech, relying on his family for support. On March 23, 2018, Glenn Ash passed away at the age of 86. His death marked the end of a long and varied career, but his contributions to the entertainment industry are fondly remembered. Lucille Ball as Self. Lucille Ball made a special guest appearance on Three's Company as herself, hosting the retrospective episode, The Best of Three's Company. Known for her legendary career in comedy, Ball brought her signature charm and wit to the show, reminiscing about the funniest and most touching moments of the series. Ball's personal life was filled with both triumphs and tragedies. She was married twice, first to Desi Arnaz, with whom she had 2 children, and later to comedian Gary Morton. Despite her professional success, Ball faced significant health challenges in her later years. In 1988, she underwent surgery for an aortic aneurysm. Although the surgery was initially successful, she suffered a ruptured abdominal aorta just a day after being discharged from a hospital. Despite emergency surgery, Ball's condition rapidly deteriorated. On April 26, 1989, Lucille Ball passed away at the age of 77. Her death was a significant loss to the entertainment world, but her legacy as a pioneering comedian and actress continues to be celebrated. Dick O'Neill as Walter Nessel. Dick O'Neill played Walter Nessel in Three's Company, a character who appeared in the episode The Older Woman. Walter Nessel was a stern and somewhat grumpy character, adding a touch of seriousness to the show. O'Neill's portrayal brought depth and nuance to the role. Neill's personal life was marked by his dedication to his craft and his struggles with health issues. He was married to Susan Jacqueline Shaw, with whom he had 3 daughters. In his later years, O'Neill faced significant health challenges. He was diagnosed with heart disease, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his illness, O'Neill continued to work in television and film, maintaining his passion for acting. His condition, however, deteriorated, leading to severe complications. On November 17, 1998, Dick O'Neill passed away at the age of 70 due to heart failure. His death marked the end of a long and distinguished career, but his contributions to the entertainment industry are fondly remembered. Dick Sargent as Lloyd Cross. Dick Sargent, known for his role as Lloyd Cross in Three's Company, brought a unique charm and wit to the character. Lloyd Cross was a sophisticated and somewhat stern character who added a touch of seriousness to the show. Sargent's portrayal was marked by his calm demeanor and authoritative presence. In his personal life, Dick Sargent faced significant challenges. He publicly came out as gay in 1991, becoming an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. This was a courageous move, especially considering the era's social climate. Sargent was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 1989. Initially, the prognosis seemed manageable, but the cancer eventually spread. Despite undergoing various treatments, his condition worsened over time. Sargent continued to work and advocate for LGBTQ+ rights until his health severely declined. On July 8, 1994, Dick Sargent passed away at the age of 64 due to complications from prostate cancer. His bravery in both his personal and professional life left a lasting impact on many. Priscilla Morrill as Mrs. Snow. Priscilla Morrill played Mrs. Snow, Chrissy's mother, in Three's Company. Mrs. Snow was a caring and somewhat overprotective mother, adding a touch of familial warmth to the show. Morrill's performance brought depth and nuance to the character, making her a memorable part of the series. Morrill's personal life was marked by her dedication to her craft and her struggles with health issues. She was married to Paul Hendley Bryson, with whom she had a long and happy marriage. In 1994, Morrill was diagnosed with a severe kidney infection. Despite receiving treatment, her condition worsened, leading to multiple hospitalizations. She experienced significant pain and discomfort, which affected her ability to work. On November 9, 1994, Priscilla Morrill passed away at the age of 67 due to complications from the kidney infection. Her death was a significant loss to the acting community, but her legacy lives on through her memorable performances. Don Porter as Uncle Fremont. Don Porter played Uncle Fremont Tripper in Three's Company, a flamboyant playboy type who had a penchant for writing bad checks. Uncle Fremont's character added a touch of humor and mischief to the show, often getting Jack into trouble. Porter's portrayal was marked by his charismatic and lively performance. Porter's personal life was filled with both achievements and challenges. He was married to actress Peggy Converse, with whom he had 2 children. Porter had a long and successful career in stage, film, and television. In his later years, he faced significant health issues. Porter was diagnosed with heart disease, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his illness, he continued to work and remained active in the acting community. His condition eventually led to severe complications, and on February 11, 1997, Don Porter passed away at the age of 84 due to natural causes. His death marked the end of a distinguished career, but his contributions to the entertainment industry are fondly remembered. Peter Palmer as Jeff. Peter Palmer played Jeff in Three's Company, a character who appeared in the episode The Love Diary. Jeff was a charming and affable character, adding a touch of humor and warmth to the show. Palmer's portrayal was marked by his vibrant personality and comedic timing. In his personal life, Peter Palmer faced significant health challenges. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his illness, Palmer continued to work in television and film, maintaining his passion for acting. His condition, however, deteriorated, leading to severe complications. In his final years, Palmer experienced increasing difficulty with mobility and speech, relying on his family for support. On September 21, 2021, Peter Palmer passed away at the age of 90, just 1 day after his birthday. His death marked the end of a long and varied career, but his contributions to the entertainment industry are fondly remembered. Jan Sterling as Judge Sheffield. Jan Sterling played Judge Sheffield in Three's Company, a character who appeared in the episode And Justice for Jack. Judge Sheffield was a stern and authoritative figure, adding a touch of seriousness to the show. Sterling's portrayal brought depth and nuance to the role, making her a memorable part of the series. Sterling's personal life was marked by both professional success and personal struggles. She was married twice, first to actor John Marivalli and later to actor Paul Douglas, who passed away in 1959. Sterling faced significant health challenges in her later years. She was diagnosed with diabetes and suffered from a series of strokes. In 2003, she broke her hip, which further complicated her health. Despite undergoing surgery, her condition continued to deteriorate. Sterling experienced severe pain and mobility issues, which affected her ability to work. On March 26, 2004, Jan Sterling passed away at the age of 82 at the Motion Picture and Television Hospital in Woodland Hills, California. Her death was a significant loss to the acting community, but her legacy lives on through her memorable performances. What do you think about the deaths of the actors in Three's Company, and who do you miss the most among them? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to see the latest videos.